Only 4% of Americans say they actually want a dictator. That's tiny, right? But here's the problem. Nearly a quarter of us, 1 in 4, have at some point said that having a strong leader who doesn't have to bother with Congress or elections would be a good idea. And that's the danger. Dictatorships don't start with 50% of people demanding tyranny. They start with frustration, cultural anxiety, and the belief that democracy is too broken to fix. Let's look at the data. Yesterday, YouGov in 2023, just 4% said dictatorship would be good. 80% said it would be bad. But in 2017, the voter study group found 24% of Americans said a strong leader who bypasses Congress would be a good system, and 18% even said army rule might be good. And most of Americans said the country needs a leader willing to break the rules. Among the white working class, 60% agreed. So no, Americans aren't clamoring for dictatorship, but plenty are tempted by the idea of a strongman leader. History teaches us something important. Dictatorships rarely come because people openly vote for dictatorship. Weimar Germany didn't collapse overnight. It decayed as people lost patience with democracy. Mussolini promised to cut through chaos. Pinochet promised order. And Americans today, they don't say they want dictatorship. They say they want someone strong enough to fix it. That's how democracy erodes. So why do some Americans feel this way? Americans who fear immigrants or cultural loss are far more likely to support authoritarian leaders. Distrust in institutions. People who consume less news or don't vote are the ones most likely to support a strong leader. Republicans in particular became more likely to say Congress and the media shouldn't restrain the president. In short, it's not just economics, it's identity, culture, and partisanship. And then there's the generational issue. In 2023, 31% of young adults, ages 18 to 29, said democracy might not be viable anymore. Compare that to just 5% of seniors. Why? Younger Americans grew up with Iraq, the 2008 crash, gridlock in Congress, and now deep polarization. Their lived experience of democracy has been dysfunction, and that makes them more open to alternatives.